Welcome to this explainer on trenchless sewer repair. Today, we're going to unpack the reality of fixing your plumbing without a backhoe turning your prize-winning landscaping into a messy construction crater. If you've ever stared down a clogged, leaking, or failing sewer line, you already know the absolute dread that comes with it, right? It's not just the plumbing nightmare itself, but the sheer panic of tearing up your beautiful lawn, your driveway, and your garden. So we're looking at the data and insights from plumbing experts to really understand this modern alternative, figuring out exactly when it works, and honestly, just as importantly, when it doesn't.
Here's our roadmap for today. First, what is trenchless repair? Second, the benefits for homeowners. Third, when trenchless falls short. Fourth, questions for your contractor. And fifth, making the right choice.
All right, let's jump right into section 1. What is trenchless repair?
Think of this technology like minimally invasive surgery, but for your house. Instead of opening these massive trenches completely across your property just to find a broken pipe, contractors actually access the problem from the inside out. They do this by utilizing existing cleanouts or manholes. Basically, they're using your home's existing plumbing doorways to fix the problem without the backhoe apocalypse. You avoid traditional property excavation entirely, but you still end up with a brand new functioning sewer line. It's a pretty incredible innovation. But as our source material clearly points out, the right fit relies entirely on the condition of your sewer and the location of the pipe.
So how does it actually work? Well, the procedure generally follows 3 distinct steps. First up is the camera inspection. Contractors run specialized sewer cameras right into your pipes to locate the damage, measure the pipe diameter and slope, and identify the exact issues, whether that's cracks, corrosion, or root intrusion. Once they have that visual data in hand, they move to step 2, choosing the approach. This might be a localized spot repair for a small failure, or it could be full pipelining. Finally, in step 3, they execute the repair. This often involves a cured-in-place liner. Kind of think of it like inflating a heavy-duty resin-coated balloon inside your old pipe that hardens into a brand-new, flawless interior surface. Or alternatively, they might use pull-in methods to drag a completely new pipe right through the old one, all utilizing those existing access points.
Moving on to section 2, the benefits for homeowners.
The upside here is absolutely massive. You save your landscaping, you finish the job in a fraction of the time, and you minimize that agonizing downtime without working bathrooms. Because a crew isn't out there breaking up your driveway or digging up your carefully manicured yard, you also avoid those massive, often hidden restoration costs. And beyond just saving your garden, this method effectively restores full pipe integrity, heavily reducing the risk of recurring leaks and those dreaded frequent backups. Assuming the chosen method matches your pipe's condition, the benefits here are truly transformative for a homeowner in crisis.
But we need to be realistic, so let's look at section 3, when trenchless falls short.
Here is a hard truth you absolutely need to know. Trenchless repair is not a magic wand. So, is it a guaranteed fix for every broken sewer line? No way. Absolutely not. There is literally no one-size-fits-all solution in plumbing. If a contractor tries to sell you on trenchless without fully understanding what is actually going on underground, you could be setting yourself up for a very expensive failure.
Let's compare when it works versus when it doesn't. On the one hand, trenchless is an ideal match for localized defects, manageable root intrusions that can actually be cleared, and accessible layouts. But on the other hand, you have disqualifying damage. If you're dealing with severe structural collapse, extreme pipe misalignment, or pipes warped heavily by massive root distortion, traditional excavation isn't just an option, it's a safety requirement. If the pipe is heavily collapsed or misaligned far beyond what a liner inside the pipe can correct, or if the layout makes installation completely impractical, conventional digging is for sure the only safe, reliable route.
Which brings us to section 4, questions for your contractor.
Honestly, you might want to pause the explainer real quick and snap a picture of this checklist. These are the exact questions that separate hard evidence from a smooth sales pitch. Ask them, what did the camera actually show? Demand to confirm exactly what you're dealing with: cracks, offset joints, corrosion, or total collapse. Then ask, which method do you recommend and why, to ensure they are matching the fix specifically to your damage. Ask how they'll handle access points and restoration so you can prepare for any unavoidable yard impact. Demand to know about warranties for long-term peace of mind, and clarify the timeline so you know exactly how long your household is going to be without functioning water and drains.
Keep in mind, cheaper isn't always better. You must demand a written scope of work specifying the repair area and method to ensure you are getting true overall value. Sure, trenchless might technically cost less up front than a massive excavation job that requires replacing a whole driveway and landscaping, but the core metric you should be looking at is the likelihood of a durable fix. Your written scope should include the repair area, the exact method, the liner or replacement type, and the acceptance criteria. Because if it's cheap but fails in 2 years because they lined over a severely misaligned pipe, well, you haven't really saved any money at all.
Let's wrap things up with Section 5, making the right choice.
Ultimately, a successful low-disruption repair relies entirely on matching the right technology to the specific verified condition of your sewer line. It all comes back to the camera. That visual data is your absolute best friend as a homeowner. It separates the guesswork from the engineering. A reputable contractor will use that camera footage to transparently link their recommendation to exactly what is happening in the dark beneath your property. With the right match, trenchless repairs are an incredible solution that restores function while keeping those restoration costs impressively low. So, I'm going to leave you with this final empowering thought. If a contractor cannot clearly explain their inspection findings or the rationale for their approach using camera evidence, isn't it time to walk away and seek a second opinion? Never let the stress of a plumbing emergency pressure you into accepting a solution that isn't fully backed up by visual evidence and clear logic. Equip yourself with these insights, ask the hard questions, and protect your home. Thanks for tuning into this explainer, and we will catch you next time.